evening, comrades. Good evening, friends, colleagues, and a few enemies that are here today. I am your first act and your first minister. I am the rambling Lifa, or you can also know me as Lifa, the comedian. It rhymes with FIFA. I'm married to Queen Latifah, and I write for Wiz Khalifa. So on this auspicious occasion, I've been tasked with two things. One, I must give you the Baddie status report of the country. And allegedly there's elections next week, so I must give you a history of the political parties in this country. So as you are aware, I run the Ministry of Baddie Redistribution. For those who are unaware, I will define the terms because I know this political jargon is too much for some of you guys. So a baddie is a stunning woman, not to be confused with a bad woman, but they overlap sometimes. Yes. A stunning woman are like the women in this room right now. A bad woman is a Namibian woman. For clarity. Usually Oshiwambo. I don't make the rules. These are what the statistics are telling me. So with the status report, unfortunately, the economic indicators are saying baddies are having a tough time. We have noted an uptake in selling of weeds. The baddies are not doing well. We also learned that there seems to be a pyramid scheme in the wig industry. There's a lady who seems to be offering baddies wigs, but not. Yes, we hear sufferings happening there. Namra was involved. Namra said it's not them, they support baddies. So we looked into that. She says she's sorry. Please SMS your name, she'll find your wig. That's what she said. The next thing is there seems to be a hostile takeover. A lot of baddies are transitioning to the church. We understand the church is a hard competitor to deal with. Their sales representative, Jesus, he offers free wine and loves to hang out with fools, so we understand. That's a compelling strategy. Too much? It's a compelling strategy. We've also noticed that a lot of baddies have been attending these events that we call weddings. It seems they're getting married, unfortunately. It's a bad time. The census lied. They said apparently people are not getting married, but every week we see a good fellow comrade walking down the aisle. But fortunately, the husband is probably cheating, so she'll be back on the market. So this one's worse than the Jesus joke. Guys, choose a side. Next thing we noticed, there's a decline in professional baddies. Old Mutual could not hire all of them. Unemployment rate is high. The baddies do not have jobs. They have to sell their wigs. So you can see it's a poverty cycle of some sort. So as a ministry, we're not only here to tell you problems, we have a few interventions that we're trying to establish. First, we're going to try and give free makeup lessons as a country, so you can have wonderful eyelashes like me, or at least that's what my girlfriend said. We also decided that we are going to drop makeup prices. We want to make sure that this is the primer of interventions. Those who do makeup, they know what this joke is. Gentlemen, listen to your girlfriend. Ask her on the way home, what does he mean by that one? Also, that's a very excellent joke if you did makeup. We also believe sexual education is important. Too many baddies are getting pregnant. We find this problematic for us. Who are we going to put as our Women Crush Wednesdays? Honestly speaking. So those are the interventions that we have. Because of elections next week, we felt like there should be a need for a bit of a history into the political parties that exist in this country. First of all, we have the oldest party, Swanu. This is like the eldest daughter of an African household. She does everything right, but no one really cares. Swanu already started in Southwest Africa. They're like, we're inclusive. We believe in everyone. They believe in diplomacy and getting an education, all those important things. But we only care about her younger brother, Swapo, who was very much only about the boys, only Oshiwambo people. He went into guerrilla tactics and warfare and all those things. So during, I must underline, there are two different types of Swapo. There's Liberation Swapo, and then there's Swapo Political Party. Atula was in both of them, but just in case. So before liberation, Swapo, Swanu, a few churches, and Cuba and Angola assisted in liberating the country as well as the entire world and so forth. Once the independence was achieved, Cuba left, Angola left, Swanu, Swapo, the churches were like, oh, we did it, we're the big three. And then Swapo went, big three? It's just big me. And that is what leads into the Kendrick Lamar of political parties, Swapo. So, in current day politics, the best way I can say it is that think of Swapo as a boy band, and then people just kept on leaving the party, basically. The first up of Swapo was COD, the first people to leave the boy band, the Justin Timberlakes of parties. The first up, interestingly enough, when they left, one of the most important catchphrases was made. It was said that it is cold outside Swapo. This was expressed by Hamuteni, who then left Swapo to create RDP. But we never get over our old exes, our toxic exes. He returned after 2 years, he went back. And then the younger blood left. Then we have Job AR. This was the first politician that ever read the terms and conditions, because he gave Swapo a tough time. He left, and then Swapo said, no, we're kicking you out. Then he said, oh, is that the case then? If you look at your policies, technically you can't kick me out. And while I'm here, I'll also run for president. Swapo was stressed because it turns out a lot of them could not read their own politics, so they had to change the rules after that. Most of you know that I work in politics and so forth. Some of you don't. So I might be biased. Lies, I will be biased. The next party to go from there is LPM, the best party ever made, known to God ever. Orange and green, wonderful. Nothing wrong there. Because we're objective. They, however, were surprised that Swapo was corrupt and were very angry about it. They were like, oh my goodness, do you know they're giving land to their friends? Like, we were aware, Mr. Bernardes. Are you not in the party? He was very angry about that. Another catchphrase came out from there. I'm older than your mother. Classic. And then, lastly, of the boy bands that left, we have now IPC. It's run by a former marathon runner, athlete, a guy who walks in suits, long distances, personal trainer. Some people say he's a dentist. I don't know. I don't see it. Johnny Walker allegedly. Johnny Walker wishes. They're just interesting. Allegedly, they were never part of Swapo because you need to have a membership card. Even though he knows all the Swapo lyrics, he's been to all the rallies, and he's caught on camera saying that he will never leave Swapo, but he doesn't have a membership card. In this election, we have something more interesting, propaganda for the first time. FNCC is doing so well. We've seen some actors come out. We are never going to get a Netflix special, but people are trying. We saw people pretending to be PDM. They were there. We are, which party? PDM. And we don't believe in, which one? Itula. He must go back to Afghanistan. London. He must go back to London. Then they tried another one. They were now propagating as IPC. And then they were like, IPC was going around saying, no, we can't vote for SWAPO. These Vambus must go. We don't need a Vambu leading us. And they're like, but IPC is led by, isn't it a counterintuitive? And then they tried to be LPM, but you can never match such a great party. They lied allegedly. They were saying, no, LPM, the leader hates that Itula has a white wife. And I'm just like, of all the light-skinned candidates, you would think that would be the one that has an issue with the light-skinned one. His wife looks whiter than Itula's wife. But anyways, so when we look at these political parties and what they have to offer, it's quite interesting because we've noticed that they all come from the source, which is SWAPO. So now we ask our delegations or the people over here today, what are you looking for in the future? Because, to be honest, I feel like I might vote for SWAPO because they have rejuvenated our entertainment scene. I've never seen so many artists in our country. I think it's a great thing. We're flying in South African artists. We're having a show in every town. Every town. This has never happened before. Remember when AKA was here? No one showed up. They should have hired SWAPO. SWAPO would have made sure. Filled up the stadium. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I've given you a profile, I've given you the Baddie report. I believe that is all that we have for you tonight. I am Lifalaza signing off. Thank you.